In the heart of the mist-covered woods, hidden from the prying eyes of civilization, lay a forgotten village known as Hollow Grove. Rumors whispered of its cursed past, tales of unspeakable horrors that lurked within its shadowed streets. 3 unsuspecting travelers, Mia, Alex, and Jake, stumbled upon the village one moonless night, seeking shelter from the encroaching storm. As they entered the village, an eerie chill settled over them, and the hairs on the back of their necks stood on end. The cobblestone streets were overgrown with weeds, and the dilapidated houses loomed like silent sentinels in the darkness. Despite their growing unease, they pressed on, drawn deeper into the heart of the village by an unseen force. Their footsteps echoed hollowly against the empty buildings, and the silence was oppressive, broken only by the distant howl of the wind. As they wandered aimlessly through the deserted streets, they came upon a lone figure standing in the center of the village square. The figure was cloaked in shadow, its features obscured by darkness. But as they drew closer, they saw that it was a woman, her eyes hollow and lifeless, staring out into the night with an unseeing gaze. Mia called out to her, but the woman remained motionless, as if frozen in time. Suddenly, the ground beneath them began to tremble, and the air grew thick with a sense of foreboding. From the depths of the forest, a low, guttural growl echoed through the trees, sending shivers down their spines. With mounting dread, they realized that they were not alone in Hollow Grove. Something sinister lurked in the shadows, something ancient and hungry for their souls. As they turned to flee, they found themselves surrounded by a horde of ghostly figures, their eyes glowing with malevolent intent. With nowhere left to run, they braced themselves for the inevitable onslaught, their hearts pounding in their chests. But just as the specters closed in around them, a blinding light erupted from the darkness, illuminating the village with an otherworldly glow. The ghostly figures recoiled in terror, shrieking as they vanished into the night. In the aftermath of the chaos, Mia, Alex, and Jake stumbled out of the village, shaken but alive. As they made their way back to civilization, they vowed never to return to Hollow Grove, a place where nightmares roamed freely and the veil between the living and the dead was dangerous. In the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, nestled among the towering pines, lay an abandoned asylum known only as Whispering Pines. Its crumbling walls held the echoes of untold suffering, whispers of the tormented souls who had once called it home. 3 curious explorers, Mark, Emily, and Ryan, ventured into the depths of the asylum one fateful night, drawn by the allure of its dark history. As they stepped through the rusted gates, a sense of unease settled over them, and the air grew heavy with the weight of the past. The moon cast eerie shadows upon the broken windows, and the sound of their footsteps echoed through the silent halls. Their flashlights pierced the darkness, revealing the faded remnants of the asylum's former glory. Cracked walls lined with peeling paint, empty rooms filled with decaying furniture, and the lingering scent of mildew and decay hung in the air. As they delved deeper into the bowels of the asylum, they began to hear faint whispers drifting through the corridors. At first, they dismissed them as the wind playing tricks on their minds, but as they grew louder, they realized that they were not alone. Voices echoed in their ears, a chorus of anguished cries and desperate pleas for mercy. They quickened their pace, eager to escape the oppressive atmosphere that surrounded them. But no matter where they turned, the whispers followed, growing louder and more insistent with each passing moment. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a hidden chamber concealed behind a crumbling wall. Inside, they found a collection of tattered journals, each filled with the handwritten accounts of the asylum's former patients. The pages told tales of abuse and neglect, of experiments gone awry and lives destroyed in the name of science. As they pored over the journals, the whispers intensified, filling the chamber with a sense of overwhelming dread. Shadows danced upon the walls, and the air grew thick with an otherworldly presence. With trembling hands, they turned to leave, but as they reached the entrance, they found their path blocked by a spectral figure cloaked in darkness. Its eyes gleamed with malevolence, and its outstretched hand reached out to claim them. In a panic, they fled deeper into the asylum, their hearts pounding in their chests. But no matter how far they ran, the whispers followed, a constant reminder of the horrors that lurked within whispering pines. In the end, only Mark managed to escape, his sanity hanging by a thread as he stumbled out of the asylum and into the cold embrace of the night. As for Emily and Ryan, they were never seen again, their fate forever entwined with the echoes of the forgotten. Deep in the heart of the countryside stood an old orphanage, its weathered facade a testament to the passage of time. The locals whispered of its dark history, of the countless children who had vanished within its walls without a trace. Determined to uncover the truth, 3 intrepid investigators, Lucy, Daniel, and Sarah, embarked on a journey to explore the abandoned orphanage one moonlit night. As they approached the looming building, a sense of unease settled over them, and the air grew thick with anticipation. The windows were boarded up, and the once vibrant gardens lay overgrown and neglected. Undeterred by the ominous atmosphere, they pushed open the creaking door and stepped inside. The interior was shrouded in darkness, illuminated only by the dim light of their flashlights. Dust motes danced in the air, and the floorboards groaned beneath their feet as they ventured deeper into the orphanage. Their footsteps echoed through the empty halls, and the silence was suffocating, broken only by the occasional creak of the old building. As they explored further, they began to hear strange noises emanating from the shadows, whispers and moans that sent shivers down their spines. Ignoring their growing fear, they pressed on, determined to uncover the secrets that lay hidden within the orphanage's walls. But the deeper they delved, the more sinister the atmosphere became, as if the building itself was alive and watching their every move. Suddenly, they came upon a nursery bathed in an eerie light. The walls were lined with rows of empty cribs, and the air was thick with the scent of decay. In the center of the room stood a lone rocking chair, swaying back and forth with an otherworldly rhythm. As they approached the chair, a sense of dread washed over them, and they knew that they were not alone. Shadows danced upon the walls, and the temperature dropped dramatically, sending a chill down their spines. Just as they were about to turn and flee, a voice spoke out from the darkness, a chilling whisper that sent shivers down their spines. "Leave this place," it hissed, its words dripping with malice. With trembling hands, they backed away from the nursery, their hearts pounding in their chests. But as they reached the door, they found it blocked by an unseen force, trapping them inside with whatever lurked in the shadows. In a panic, they searched for another exit, but the orphanage seemed to shift and change around them, leading them in circles. With each passing moment, the whispers grew louder, filling the air with a sense of impending doom. In the end, they were never seen again, their fate forever entwined with the shadowed halls of the abandoned orphanage. And as the years passed, the legend of their disappearance grew, a cautionary tale for those who dared to tread where darkness reigns supreme.